And next we have Death's Mantle by Harmony Cooper. This is, it's a long novel description. It's 541 pages, $4.99. It is available on Kindle Limited. And here's the novel description. Lucian North is supposed to be dead. Suffering from a rare heart condition the doctors say should have killed him over a year ago. Lucas is playing a video game when death finally comes. Rather than give in, Lucas pulls a gun on the Grim Reaper. As the two stare each other down, terrible demons known as injuresouls swarm into the room in pursuit of death. Summoning courage he never knew he had, Lucas comes to Death's aid, and for his trouble, he's awarded Death's Mantle. Transported to a spiritual world he could never have fathomed, Lucas finds that he is instantly powerful, able to conjure weapons from scratch and perform incredible feats. He introduces game mechanics to this new world, develops a carefully curated inventory list, and modifies a HUD system that allows him to better track his targets. It isn't easy being Death, and Lucian will need just about everything he can as he faces off against fallen angels, appalling parasites, demon-born injuresouls, and savage death hunters. Regardless of his sudden strength, his newfound enemies, and his gamer ingenuity, Lucas can communicate with the living, which wouldn't be a problem if he hadn't discovered something terrible about his family. Lucian's brother is scheduled to die, and only Lucian has the power to do anything about it. And there we go, and there's a whole list of this extra stuff. Okay, full disclosure, I received Man's copy for review. This is an entertaining novel. It looks at how a new Grim Reaper uses his gamer experience to become powerful. The story has a light power progression mechanic. It basically is this, that as the main character kills parasites that have attached themselves to humans, extending their life or causing varying devices, the main character gains death points that he uses to create powerful weapons and powers. And that is essentially the progression mechanic in the story. The story has a goal for the main character, but it mostly explores the idea of death, death being similar to how it is in some animes, including like the Shinigami from Death Note or the Shinigami from Bleach. The anime or the manga series, whichever you prefer, with a gamer interface kind of thrown into the mix. It questions what role death has and why they're opposed by other spiritual factions. And it almost gets philosophical in some places with the main characters thinking to himself or questioning the status quo. And whether it's moral for the Grim Reapers or the Shinigami to exist. And I thought it was an interesting read. It's a little too light on progression for me to like have truly loved it or anything. I enjoyed it. It gets a good a 7.1 review score for me. But it was probably never getting anything bigger than just because the progression system is super light. And I just would have, in my head, as I was reading, I was like, oh, this would be a great place for a different kind of progression system or more details here or like more crunchy numbers or something else. You know what I mean? And in my brain, I was always building something that I could see implemented here. But again, this is an author choice, so respect it. And I had a good time with it. It's just that it's hard for me to really love something or enjoy something when the RPG aspects of it aren't fleshed out as I would have hoped. But still, entertaining story at 7.1 out of 10. That's Death Mantle with a score of 7.1 out of 10.